Hold on. Put the camera on me. Put the camera on me. This man, the CEO of this company, multi-million-dollar company, national company.
At the least.
Ask Kyron, we want you to come in and do our safety videos for the whole company.
Yep.
How much would you charge for that? Put the camera on Kyron. Tell him how much you told him. Tell him how much you told him. Put your hands down. Let him see you.
I told.
Hey, what's going on, and welcome to the Best Bet Show. I'm your host, Best Bet Dan, and I have an exciting episode for you guys today. I'm here with one of my good friends. We go back years. His name's Kyron Ashford, and we're going to get into him in a second and interview him. But real quick, before we get started, just housekeeping things. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Make sure that you hit that follow button on social media. Follow me across all socials at Best Bet Dan. But yeah. And, oh yeah, hit the share button too. Make sure you share, like, all of that good stuff. Leave reviews, comments, because it helps. But without any further ado, I want to get into the show. The gentleman that I'm bringing to the show today is someone that I've literally watched get it out the mud. He started his videography business with an iPhone 6. Like, I'm talking about really out here doing gigs with the iPhone. And he's someone that I've known for years. We grew up playing basketball together, and he is a father, he's an entrepreneur, he's a husband, and he's a friend. So without any further ado, welcome to the Best Bet Show, Mr. Kyron Ashford.
What's up? How you doing, man?
I'm doing fantastic,
Appreciate
my boy.
this opportunity to be on your show.
It's a pleasure, man. You got a story, and we got to tell it, because
I do got a story.
it's been wild, bro, just over the years, you know what I'm saying? Just
Insane.
Yeah. So going back, so we initially met playing ball. So you will come to to Faith Temple with your cousins. You'll come to youth group on Fridays. So we met there or whatever, hooping, and then we hoop at Adams Street.
It's funny you mentioned that, because I thought the date goes back further than that. Do you remember what camp we were at when we first
NYSP.
Yep.
Yo,
I
you're
still
right.
remember at MCC.
You're right.
Yeah, we were 10, 11 years old. You was nice back then. I give you that. We used to go toe to toe.
I was out here.
Crazy at 10 years old, looking like 17. I was like, all right. And then, if I'm not mistaken, it was from there to Faith Temple, because I started going to church with my cousins, my aunt and uncle, and then since then we've been locked in.
That's
and then
fact.
the infamous 2-on-2, me and Terrell versus you and Steve.
Yo, all right.
The infamous. Long story short, I'll tell my side, you tell yours.
I mean,
right?
do you think?
Long story short, we played 2-on-2. That's when. Because I knew you first.
Yeah.
That's when I met Steve. Yep. Yep. I'm in order. So we playing 2-on-2, and y'all going crazy on us. I'm not even going to hold you. Y'all going crazy on us. Terrell yelling at me. I'm yelling at me. Like, we try to figure all this out, like, how we going to win.
We was smacking y'all.
But I'm the type of yell at me to where, like, I'm really cussing myself out, like, get your head in the game.
Yeah, it was
like,
wild.
I'm not me. Like,
right. Third person.
Answer me. All right, yeah, you right. Let's get this right. Y'all like, this is like during a quick break after a bucket. Y'all like, is he okay?
Yo.
Troll like, here we go.
Right.
So we going back for, you know how back then we used to do like series of 5, series of 7. I'm sure after all that y'all won, but
y'all could not win.
Since then, we couldn't win. I'm sure out of that series we won a couple games.
I mean, y'all got some games. Y'all got that series.
Y'all got that.
Yeah, nah.
But since then we've been locked in.
Yeah.
Till this day, all four of us.
I remember those games, because I warned Steve. I was like, "Hey yo," so because I knew from the years. Because I was like, "Hey yo, he do this."
Yeah.
he get mad. He start talking to himself.
Yeah.
So just be ready for that.
Hey.
But nah, that was crazy. So. Man, you took it back to NYSP.
I remember, yeah.
For those who don't know, NYSP was a sports camp that happened at the community college here in Rochester. And like everybody went there. Everybody went there because basically what happened is you'll go to the different rec centers around the city, then you'll get the bus from the rec center, and then we'll all go to MCC and we'll just converge on this city. And it, like everybody that like really could hoop and was like good at, like we all went there. Like it was like the place to be.
Yeah. And remember, they broke it up into different things. So you had swimming, you had basketball, you had this center. So,
right. Nah, it used to really go crazy.
Yeah, for real. Good old days.
I got retired from rapping at NYSP.
You got retired from rapping?
Do you remember the freestyle tables?
During like the lunches?
During lunch.
Oh my God. You brought it back.
Yeah. So I used to be at the freestyle tables, right?
Yeah.
So I was going in, like I was like really thought I was doing something. And then this kid, he hit me with a bar. I'll never forget, bro.
You remember the bar?
I know exactly what it is today. The bar? He said, bro.
we gonna get to the point in the video, but we gotta hear this.
So I had braces at the time, top and bottom.
Yep, I remember.
I was out here looking like Bowfinger. So he said, I don't know where he got this. It was really a good bar.
And retired.
He was like, I play with aces and cars with faces. And if you don't shut the F up, I'm going to rip out your effing braces. Everybody went, wow. They went crazy. Bro,
he was like,
you know the Homer Simpson picture? Where he just shrink back into the bushes?
Yep.
Bro, like I just like slowly just exited the freestyle circle and then just never went back to it.
That's funny.
I get my tray at lunch and I just used to look at them. They just walked the other way.
That's funny.
Wow, you took me back.
Yeah.
But all right, so we go through, you know, college, MCC, all of that stuff, and then now you're working at not Prime Flight, you're at Jetstream.
Yep, a contractor for Southwest
Airlines.
Okay. Yep.
So tell us about that. Like, how was that season of your life? What was it like working there?
9 years straight since August.
You worked there for 9 years?
That was 9 years. August 2012 to October 2021. And I can honestly say that I enjoyed it. Yes, just like most jobs, it had its stressful moments, but overall, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it the most because that was the type of job, and what I was doing allowed me to, I was getting paid to be myself. Like, you know, the passenger engagement, just the style of communication that I was able to use to get the job done, the fast thinking, I'm a hands-on person. Don't put me in the office with a computer and some notes. I'm getting fired that day. Before I get hired, I'm fired. But so that's what really helped last for 9 years. And then in the midst of it, I start my business after 7
hold on,
years.
because even before then, you used to go crazy. Because like, all right, so he was a dude that was running like the jetway, so he'd check you into your flight or whatever. Bro used to be rapping. Bro used to have push-up competitions. Bro used to have dance-offs.
I used to shut the A concourse.
You really used to be going crazy.
Literally, I will have people stop. Like, you'll get off of JetBlue and you're walking up to go to baggage claim, but you'll see what's going on here. So, okay, them bags can wait. Let me see why all these sports teams running up and down the A concourse have a push-up contest or dancing or whatever. And I would it would take me a little minute to get it going, because I'm like, you know how you've flown up plenty of times, a gate could be flooded, right? So I had my own kind of hype me up moment. Then I'll get out there and just take over.
And I think too, just talking about you being yourself and having those dance-offs and push-up competitions, rapping to the customers about, they see the assignments and when they supposed to board and all of that. So now you because one of the things you had to do to direct the planes. Right?
That was called a wing walker.
Walker.
Yep. Where you have to marshal in or marshal out the plane with the orange wands.
So now you out there. So now, for those of you that don't know, this man went super crazy viral. Matter of fact, his video will pop up to this day. And that was several years ago.
That was 7 years ago. Yep.
It was 7 years ago?
Already, yep.
That was 7 years ago?
Yep, 2017. No, October 2017 is when it all went down.
So question, right? That first one that went viral, was you just out there having fun dancing?
Absolutely.
So you had no idea dude was filming?
Now, like you said in the very beginning, we go way back. So you already know me and my personality.
Yeah.
So you can see exactly what's going on. Like you could see the video from your perspective, which I'm grateful for because a lot of people thought it was fake and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Whole bunch of stuff. But when someone like you see, be like, yo, he's really being him.
Yeah,
like, so
because you was already doing that at the gates.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And even when we go outside. So obviously I'm mindful of people sitting at the window seat, you know, just naturally looking out the window. So
Yeah.
I'm always going to make sure you leave with a good time.
Sure.
Put a smile on your face because people leave it for different reasons. I'm acting a fool, dancing and everything like that. But that particular day, there was a famous, I hope I'm not jumping ahead too high.
Nah, you good. Talk. Yeah, talk your talk.
It was a famous country musician and he recorded me. Now, I don't know him from Adam, right? But he recorded me dancing and he put it on his music platform. And because he's big in the country music world, the next day I took off.
Crazy viral.
Took off. Like
my boy was Millie rocking on the tarmac.
Going crazy.
Yo.
Now that's the second video. That one was more intentional. You
ain't Millie rock on the first one?
Nah, I was just chilling. I was just, acting up and what I'm saying, being silly or whatever, dancing and whatnot. Just make sure people were in good spirits. And it just took off, bro.
That's wild.
It went crazy.
And it's funny because I remember when it happened, it was everywhere.
Everywhere.
It was literally, it was like, oh, tarmac, he was on the news. It's just like, people like what you call it, picked it up. I think you was on World Star. It got on World Star. It got on like TMZ.
Yeah.
Like you was really out here getting to it.
Yeah.
So.
Right, hold that thought. What was your reaction when you first saw it? And I asked people that are really close to that because like, we established at the beginning, we already have a relationship.
Yeah.
So in my mind, it's like, okay, where were you? What happened? You know what I'm saying? If you can remember.
I don't know if I remember like exactly where I was. Like it's only a couple moments where I remember. Like when 9/11, I know exactly where I was.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I remember being very happy for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I remember just like, yo, like it's really going crazy. And I remember like kind of the business side of me, like, man, I hope he take it. I hope something bigger comes from this. But I think at first I didn't know, like over the first like day or so when I saw it like going crazy. Then I don't know who told me. I was like, oh, that's Kyron. I was like, oh. Then I looked, I was like, oh, that is Kyron. And then once I knew it was you, to me, again, because I had seen you for years posting your dancing videos, the competitions, push-ups. I'd been at the gates when I'm flying. And you at this, I'm flying Southwest, right? And you know, so to me, it was just like, oh, Kyron doing what Kyron do. Right. So it wasn't like anything out of the ordinary to me. Right. But I was just like
excited for that moment.
Right.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? Because, going viral, in a sense, is like lightning striking, you know what I'm saying? So, and it wasn't as easy per se as it can be now, like, because that was like before TikTok, that was before like, like you really had to like have something that was really good to go viral for. 100%, 100% organic. So I just remember being mad happy for you.
Got you.
Yeah. So then, right, I remember not long after that, we was having a conversation because we talking. Because we like, how we going, like, now I'm not going there yet. I'm not going there yet.
You already know.
You already know where I'm going.
And at this point, it's important to go there.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Facts.
Proceed.
So, and actually, before I even go there, the fact that you were dancing, because one of the things, I was on Facebook Live yesterday, and I was talking about how communication is, on the levels of earning, communication is the number 3 level. It's the 3rd level. So the highest level is imagination, where you're inventing industry. You think about like Kanye, Steve Jobs, you know what I'm saying, Elon Musk, people like that, right? They're literally shifting industry. But the next level of earning is communication. And one of the things that I want people to realize is that art is communication. You were dancing. Dancing is art. And when you did that, you communicated a joy. You communicated a message to people that was just like, yo, it took them to a place where they're like, it brought them joy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that was just kind of a side note to just show, like, the communication really is a game changer. And
Yeah.
and you communicate, and you're not even like a professional dancer. You just dance
not at
growing
all.
up at parties or whatever,
Yeah.
but your dancing, it was able to communicate a message, right? All right, so we're sitting around, we're talking, because we're like, yo, like, how do we do this again, right? Because I remember like the momentum was coming down a bit, and you were like, man, we want to like, capitalize on being viral. You know what I'm saying? How do we, whatever. So I remember we was kind of brainstorming, like, how do we go viral again, right? So it was one idea,
Dang, you
right?
remember that?
I do remember.
Okay.
Because you had somebody was telling you to get a ladder and dance in the
Yeah.
parking lot with the ladder.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's it.
Yeah.
I feel like if we do that, that's going to be a reach that could end up hurting more than helping. But I remember you told me, what's the country singer? What's his name? You remember his name?
Yeah. Terry McBride.
Terry McBride. Shout out to Terry. You got to send this to Terry too.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
But I remember I was like, yo, like, if he coming back? You was like, I could find out, because you had got his contact information
Yeah, but
somehow,
after-
right? Yeah.
Yeah, because he reached out. So when the first video went viral, he was kind enough to reach out to me through Facebook. Once he saw where it was going.
Yeah.
And by him letting me know, I mean, I'm sure I would have found out on my own by the way it was taken off. But he was kind enough to let me know. He was like, hey, before you go to bed, be on the lookout for what's going on.
Yeah.
Immediately after that, I'm on TV. The news channels and everything like that.
That's
so
crazy.
Shout out to him for giving me a heads up. You know
Absolutely.
What I mean?
So I was just like, yo, when you coming back to Rochester? You coming back? I was like, why don't you just do it again? And then that's when you went crazy.
Gotcha. Yep. And to back that up, when he came back. Yep, when he came back and got off the plane. There's still a video on my YouTube channel where we formally introduced, like we formally meet, we officially meet.
Yeah.
And we had like a little 5 to 10 minute interview or whatever, just on the spot. And then after that, that's when he was like, hey, let's do it again.
Yeah.
So you're right. I spoke to you, had a chance to meet him, brought it up to do it again, and that's when the second one was intentional.
Facts.
Yep.
And that's when you was really rocking on that bad boy.
Yeah. I'm like, oh yeah, this the one. This the one right
you
here.
really
Yep.
went in on that one.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep.
So now after this thing, now it's just like, yo, this is a thing. Now it's the name, the moniker comes out, Tarmac Dancer.
Yeah.
Right? So now even locally you start getting a lot of attention, right?
Yeah.
So in that moment, what are some of the thoughts that are running through your mind in terms of, how do I use this opportunity? How do I leverage it? And yeah, what were your thoughts?
Man, at that time, I can honestly say that I was so caught up on how fast it was moving, I couldn't keep up.
Yeah.
So because I really couldn't keep up, or I wouldn't take my time and pace myself on understanding and reaching out to the resources that I have to learn how to capitalize on it. I just got comfortable on how things were moving and thought that would last a very long time. Momentum dies at one point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It ain't no different for basketball. You see a team off I was just watching Athena and Victor the other day. They started off hot. I mean, wouldn't miss, no nothing. But at one point, that run has to die down.
Right.
Same thing with this. So with me being caught up in that, I'm not thinking about the business end. I'm not thinking about, or I'm not giving it enough thought on how to make the best of this.
Right.
During that time, I'm being actually coached on what to do, but I'm not listening because I'm the man right now. I don't got time for that.
Yeah. And I can imagine there's a lot going on
it's,
too.
Oh,
you know what
damn.
I'm saying? Like you in the thick of
much.
it. Yeah.
It's so much. You know what I mean? So, and then when I at least think about it, I don't want to do that right now. I want to have fun with this. I want to do everything. I want to continue to ride this wave. Because it's so much fun right now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And then now it dies down.
Right.
And it's like, all right, well, what was I supposed to do next? Like, what do I do next to keep this going?
So somewhere in the midst of this, you start filming stuff. You start doing stuff on camera.
Yeah.
When did video come in? Because I remember it kind of being in that season. I don't know if it was birthed directly from it.
It was, because I had my Astro Films. I had an Astro Films hat and everything like that. So,
I told you to wear that on the Steve Harvey show.
You did?
Yeah.
You know what? And I think I brought it up to them before they gave me the wardrobe which you're supposed to wear, because you know on that level they're strict on what you. They're like, yeah, no. I was like, oh, all right, my bad.
Gotcha.
But 2015 is when I started my business.
Yeah.
2017 is when I went viral.
Okay.
So 2015 to 17, I'm still shooting with an iPhone. I think I got my first DSLR, like a Canon Rebel T6 or something like that. So now talk about how it helped my business on a whole nother level, because now everybody wants to work with the Tarmac Dancer.
Yeah.
So that's that. But yeah, I started my business already up until I went viral. Yeah.
Gotcha. And I remember, shout out to Andre Marcel and DKX.
Oh man, absolutely.
I remember they brought you in and they were showing love. So talk about, that experience and what working with, the local #1 hip hop and R&B station did for you.
That, and right before that, the very first radio station that reached out, and I'm so mad I forgot the name. I want to say Warm 101.3. I want to say that so bad, but
or was it 98 PXY?
I think it was them.
Okay.
I think it was them. Okay. Yes. I want to say it was them.
Okay.
Because it was some morning show that was going on I think I still got to record it too, but right after that was DKX and The Beat. So when Andre Marcel, DKX, brought me in, they made me feel like family immediately. Like how they just catered to me and made me feel comfortable on being on the interview. Like it was like no other, you know what I mean? And like you said, this is the #1 Rochester's, #1 radio station. So, they had a couple of concerts coming up. They had they had something for the youth at the Blue Cross Arena. They allowed me to be one of the hosts.
I
that's
remember
still
that.
on. I still got that on video.
Yeah.
So a lot came from that. So much came from that to my benefit.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So now we gonna talk about it. Now.
Oh my God.
Now we gonna talk about it.
Oh my God.
All right. So he's getting all this attention. Going crazy. So now the company that he works for, Jetstream, right? They're doing their homework. They're finding out that, he's not only just this Tarmac dancer, but he's got his business. He's doing videography.
Yeah.
So now the company, right? Because they're on the hot seat. Because you done went viral. You done brought them all of this attention.
Yep.
And so now it's like, all right, well, what's the company going to do to help this young man move forward? So you had a meeting.
You would think, but go ahead.
You had a meeting. Was it the vice president?
Man, it was the head. It was the
CEO?
big dog. Absolutely. At this point, definitely forgot his name. But so, mind you, we're a contractor for Southwest Airlines. Jetstream is a contractor for Southwest Airlines.
National company, mind you.
National, right?
National company. Deep pockets. Deep pockets.
Yeah. Southwest, Southwest, marketing department, who favors opportunities like this. You can imagine. And first of all, that represents them to the T.
Right. Because I'm about to say, I know Southwest, they hire cheerleaders to start because that was their brand, to be happy.
So not only that they're happy that this is going on, but this is free promo for them.
Right. Right.
On a worldwide level. It had the world in the chokehold. So they're like, of course, we ain't about to fight this. Absolutely. They're calling me to let me know how excited they are and, things like that. Jetstream's safety department, they wanted my head on a stick, bro. They wanted my head on a stick. They wanted me done.
Right.
So I get on a call with the top dog of Jetstream, and it's funny how we went about it because they didn't want to make a whole bunch of noise about how they feel about what was going on with me.
Sure.
Because they wanted to let me go. They were supposed to let me go.
Really?
Because when you're wing walking, you're supposed to have your arms in your hands in a certain direction. Your right hand is up, your left hand is out.
Right.
As you're moving the plane in and out of the gate.
Got it.
I'm doing all this.
Yeah. But
I'm
you
being
did have it
crazy.
in the one time we were doing the
Yeah,
pool. I
but
remember that
that
one.
was intentional.
Yeah.
So because I had to keep in mind, like, if I'm
Right.
gonna do this, let me make sure I throw some
right.
that in there too, right?
We gotta make sure these pilots can
this
still
new
get to where they're going.
Right. Now, mind you, I got headsets on, so you can communicate with the pilot.
Right.
And
I
they
didn't know
on
that.
there.
I didn't know you could talk to the pilot.
Yeah, I'm not. People thought, oh, you listen to music. No, like, if you're the guy in the truck pushing the plane out, that's who you talk to. The wing walkers just listen in, because we don't need all three of us to talk to the
Right, that'd be
the pilot.
confusing.
Absolutely. So we hearing them talking. Oh, check out that guy. Oh, they're loving it. Southwest Planes, they are loving it.
Right.
Every time I do that, they love it. So boom. Jetstream safety deposit. Jetstream safety department want to be done. So I'm on FaceTime with the head honcho, and it was like a discreet phone call. It was just like a phone call, just on the low, because he didn't want to make a bunch of noise on how he felt about it, because they didn't want to look like the bad guy when
Right.
something like this has such positive
Right.
results. So he's like, here we go. So he's like, well, I just want to say that it was very good at what you do. You know, it was very nice to see that video. What else do you do? What else do you do? I'm like,
Opportunity strikes.
I'm like,
Opportunity is striking.
I'm like, all right, well, I'm a videographer. My brand name is Astra Films. He's like, oh, okay. I was like, that's good. That's good. He's like, so you do videos and commercials, stuff like that? I'm like, yeah, yep. Now I'm sweating. Dan, I'm going through. I'm in the office like, I didn't even know it was going to go in this direction.
Right.
He like, he was like, so if I wanted to.
Yo, hold on. Put the camera on me. This man, the CEO of this company, multi-million-dollar company, national company.
At the least.
Ask Kyron, we want you to come in and do our safety videos for the whole company.
Yep.
How much would you charge for that? Put the camera on Kyron. Tell him how much you told him. Tell him how much you told him. Put your hands down. Let him see you.
I told this man $300.
Yo. When you told us that, bro, when bro told us that, yo, we roasted you for like an hour. We was like, you told a CEO of a national company, bro, he can't even take you serious no more. $300. Where you? He can't even write an invoice that small to you.
He not even gonna fire me because he know I need that job. Why would you let somebody go that's making more marshaling out planes and dancing than opportunity to put your own price on your own brand?
What was your nickname after that? What we start calling you?
I think just 300.
300.
Yeah, 300. Yep.
That was, bro was 300.
It was bad.
Bro was 300. We
so,
like, yo, you got the company. They coming to you. They like, yo, they coming to you with the Timo Cruz. What I got to do to be on the team?
Yeah. Now, that speaks a lot about my business etiquette.
Yeah, and acumen.
You know what I mean? Like it speaks a lot about that at that time. I'm brand new to business.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just learning on the fly.
Right.
Thinking I'm doing something because, things are rolling for me on the scale that I'm on.
You thought you was doing something when you said $300 too.
That's my next point. I said it proud too, Dan. Something like this, charge a whopping $300.
Bro, when you told me that, bro, I was air punching, bro.
Then the look he gave me. Now that I look back at the look he gave me, because I know what I know now.
Right.
It was like, he was like,
bro, I was air punching when you told me that, bro. I was like, Cuba Gooding Jr. in Boys in the Hood. I was, why would you ever do that?
So I remember speaking to you and Steve. We was all on three-way call. And I was like, yo, man, guess what? I said, yo, I'll talk to the CEO, and I'm hyped, telling y'all about it.
Right.
He offered me opportunity to do safety videos. Now, you the hypest because you love opportunity.
Right. I was there for you.
Oh, man, tell me how it went. What happened? I was like, yeah, he offered me opportunity, and he asked me my price. And you was like, I'm as close as possible with this, right? You was like, Kyron, what did you tell him for the number? I was like, I told him $300. And it got real quiet. The first one to say something was Steve. He was like, what? I was like, yeah. You was like, no. You told him what? I said $300. He said, so Kyron, he was like, he was like, listen, you offered this man not one, not two, but three $100 bills. When you broke it down like that, I was like,
Yo,
he was like, so you're going to film the multi-million billion-dollar company safety video for three.
I remember
what's
that.
the president on there? Jefferson, Benjamin. For three of those, you want three Benjamins for that? I was like, yeah.
Bro, we made you feel horrible, bro.
And I needed
bro,
it.
we made you feel horrible, bro.
I needed it. I hated y'all in the moment, but I needed it because it was from that moment right there, bro, where I said, I'm going to not just continue to go hard at being a dope videographer, filmmaker. I'm going to learn the business. I'm going to learn how to sell. I'm going to learn how to talk. I'm going to learn how to close a deal. I'm going to learn everything about it. You know what I mean? Talk about something that humbled you immediately. What? I needed that from y'all, and y'all never let up. Y'all never. It will go hoop. We'll go eat. Hey, 300. You coming with us? We going to Westgate. You coming? Go ahead and shoot 300 shots if you want. Everything like, and y'all were like reckless with it, and I couldn't do nothing about it. So, yep, I charged Jetstream Ground Services $300 to do their safety videos.
Yeah, that was.
If they see this, they're gonna reach out to me like, "Hey, that offer still staying?" Yeah, okay.
That was crazy.
Yep.
So, let's continue to move forward. So you transition. You're not shooting on the phone anymore. You got you some real equipment. So talk to me about like just when you felt you really started to get your legs in business. Like when did you get to the point where you're like, you know, all right, this moving, I got my setup, I got my computer. Like what did that transition look like for you?
I think I want to say when I finally decided to walk off my job, because even as I elevated, even as I took that moment and grew from that moment tremendously, I still was comfortable with doing my business and working a job, right? But I was training my mind to understand like, okay, this job is not going to last forever. I don't want it to last forever. I want this to fuel my business. If I'm gonna work, I'm gonna use it to my advantage, not just to be comfortable. That wasn't always easy to do because when business was slow, well, I'll be all right. I got a job.
Right.
I'm making the most.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They need me, so I ain't going nowhere.
Right. You just go sell some time.
That's it, real quick. But it was that was doing more damage to me than helping me. Because now I'm just comfortable. Now I'm okay with how the business is flowing, and I'm okay with how my business is flowing, and I'm okay with just making sure I'm okay with having a guaranteed weekly or bi-weekly check.
Right. Even though it's not nearly offering you the value of what you're worth.
And I'm not even paying that no mind because I'm so comfortable with what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Oh, my thing was this job need me. So I have the upper hand. I got the advantage. I got the Monday through Fridays. I got the mornings. I got the time. Like I'm the supervisor. I could do what I want to do. Like I was. Now I look back. I had some real arrogant moments, and I was not humble during that time. You know what I mean? As many times as they threatened to let me go if I was late so many times or whatever the case is, I just knew like y'all need me. Yeah. So I'll let my business coast how it's gonna coast. And I'll do what I want to do with it. There was no pressure to maximize my business because I was good working.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that first year, being off the job, you leave the job, you're doing your business full time. And I'm gonna ask this question because I wanna lead you into the real, right? Because we live in a society where there's a lot of smoke and mirrors. We live in a society where, you know, we constantly show our highlight reels, and we all do it, right? I mean, I don't get on Instagram and show people the worst part of Dan. I don't get on Facebook and tell them the worst parts of me, you know what I'm saying? So we all are guilty to a degree of, you know, really only showing the highlight reel. How difficult was that first year in business for you?
Man, how difficult was it? As far as I can remember, it was very difficult because here I am walking out on faith, believing that me leaving my job is the key to financial success, is the key to me being able to provide for my family on a whole new level, more than what my job can do, right? So now it's difficult because I have to make this happen.
Yeah.
And before I decided to walk off my job, I had a conversation with my wife. We prayed, and I told her this is what I want to do. And if you want a battery put in your back, your wife will put one in your back.
That's a fact. Shout out to Ashley. Shout
real.
out your wife real quick. Tell her you love her.
What's up, baby? You know I love you. But shout out to my beautiful wife. You know, she gave me all the support that I needed, all the energy I needed to you know, get going with it. But so I leave my job.
Hold on. Ashley, like for real, you a real one.
Yeah.
Like this man right here is better because of you. And I just want to make sure that you know that when you listen to this. And same thing with my wife, Justine. You already know. But it's daytime right now, so I'll talk to you later. But nah, actually, it's really important that we honor her.
Yeah.
Because I know, you know what I'm saying, understanding your story from a friend, that like, yo, like, you wouldn't be who you are to a degree without her. Obviously, you great and you got greatness in you, but it's y'all two together that has allowed you to, like, yo, really grow it. And even her holding you down and you holding her down for different times in life. So that's really important, man. Family is important. So I just wanted to stop and really acknowledge her. So shout out to you, Ashley.
Absolutely. You heard him.
I'm just trying to make sure everything good when she watched this.
I appreciate that.
And I'm trying to make sure she feel. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You know how I go. That's how it's supposed to go. But so boom. Again, to answer your question, there was difficulty. Tons of difficulty on the first year of leaving my job and running my business on its own, because now I intentionally put that pressure on me because, like, nobody made me. I wasn't fired. I walked off the job.
Yeah.
And even that process was difficult because it's like, I'm about to get rid of what I know for 9 years straight, you know what I'm saying, and the comfort zone I was in to make this happen. Like, as hard as I was going for the job, I was working with like 3 to 12, 3 to 1s, 5 days a week.
Yeah.
Like, I need to be doing those hours at the minimum when you're running the business.
Right.
So, yeah, you have your own time, but is your own time really your own time?
Right.
And I learned that immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately.
You had to boss you. Like, you didn't have a boss, but you had to become your boss.
Yep.
Yeah.
So now my body is still in the routine of waking up 3 a.m. So now I'm waking up, and it's the first couple of days I woke up like, I ain't got to go to work. That's dope.
Right.
But after a while, I was like, okay, if I'm going to keep getting up like this 3, 4 a.m, it's time to, let's get to it. Get that computer, get some studying done, get some editing done, send some emails, some calls out, get the marketing, whatever you have to do it, because you can't go back. You left.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They want you back and they offer more. It's funny. We'll get into the value piece, but so yes, those were the challenges I faced as far as, you know, the difficulty of maintaining your business when you leave your comfort zone.
Yeah. One of the things that I know just through the years of us having conversations, I would be on you about your clientele and your pricing. Like, Kyron, you gotta charge more. Kyron, you gotta charge. Kyron, what is you doing? I would see you put a Facebook post about some 50 people right now email me, you'll get a commercial for $150. You immediately get a call from me. What is you doing? What is you doing? Why are you doing this? Why are you playing in the dirt? You are too good, too skilled to go get you. So tell me what it was like when you got your first client that paid you what you felt and what was appropriate for you to be paid. What did that feel like for you?
Man.
I felt that.
Right. I'm trying to
the relief.
Because I'm trying to recall who it was, but I know the feeling. So I'll just talk about the feeling, right? To get at the time, I think my biggest payout was like maybe like $1,500. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I remember saying to myself, like, wow, like there's more to this. Like this can happen on a larger scale. Like once upon a time when I very, very first started turning it into a business, I did like a video shoot for my barber, and it was a quick $25. But the principle of it was he saw value in what I was doing. Mm-hmm. I saw an opportunity. I had the guts to ask him. He said yes, and I got paid. Regardless of the amount, I got paid.
Right.
This can happen again and again and again on a on many different levels. So when it got to that moment, I was like, wow, this is what like an actual company with what I'm shooting. I'm still shooting with like a Canon and an iPhone as a second camera and everything like that. But I was like, yo, they pay me because not just because of the video work, but the experience of me. Like I am the walking advertisement.
Right.
You know what I mean? And once I understood that, I took that everywhere.
Yeah.
I took it everywhere, and I learned how to sell me, not just the product, because you got no choice but to get a high quality video. It's supposed to look nice.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
But how do I keep you coming back? So that was the feeling I got when I got my first big check of like $1,500. You know what I mean?
I love that. Mm-hmm. I love that. I just watching your journey. The one thing that I'll say, because again, I know you personally. Mm-hmm. Out of the gate, you weren't a good salesperson.
Right.
But what you were is a great promoter. And that's the one thing, because you were even promoting parties and stuff like that in college.
Yeah.
So you kind of, and I don't know if you looked at it like, okay, I already got this muscle.
Yeah.
Or if it was kind of just the intrinsicness or just the kind of the, hey, yo, I got this business, I need to, get it out there.
Yeah.
But like, yo, the way that you've been able to promote yourself, over the years, like you're a fantastic promoter. And I know just understanding business is that like, even when you weren't the best salesperson, you knew how to promote yourself. You know what I'm saying? You knew how to get in front of people. You know how to put your brand in front of people. You know how to get other people telling their stories about working with you. And so, I watched this stuff happen where you got people on the internet. I
appreciate hearing that, because it took me to really see that. See, when you're in the midst of it, sometimes it's kind of hard to see how well you're doing. You know what I mean? You're just on go. So to hear that, it's like, I am. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cause you be out there. Like I don't think over the past however many years, there really hasn't been a long period of time where I don't see Ashford Films coming up in my timeline. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so like that, but that's a skill, that's an ability, that's a muscle. Yeah. And I know people who own businesses, have invented great products, who don't know how to promote or aren't great promoters. Yeah. And so their business isn't nearly what it could be because they don't have that muscle. And so for me, I watched you lean on that. I watched you lean on that, and I watched that grow your business while you caught up, while you became a better salesperson, while you started to understand that like, hey, like I'm not just a videographer, like I'm actually a producer. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not filming your wedding, I'm not recording your wedding. I'm producing your wedding.
Let me tell you something that you taught me, and I'm not sure if you remember saying this, but something that still rings in my head, clear as day till this day. We on the phone. You was like, let me ask you something. Are you a videographer? No, are you a cameraman, or are you an entrepreneur? And you was like, think about it first. He was like, but I need you to answer that to yourself. Are you a cameraman, or are you an entrepreneur? And I remember, I'll be honest with you, I remember that bothering me.
I knew it.
I'm being transparent. This the hustle. This the best bet show. So Facts. You know what I mean? So I remember that bothering me because I didn't even think that far. I never asked myself that question. So to be asked that, I was like, I'm in my feelings, first of all, and I'm like, well, I'm both. But no, you can't be both. Like, if you're a cameraman, you're keeping yourself stuck in one lane. If I truly knew what I was capable of, I would understand that I have many abilities. I have many ways to connect with people. I have many ways to make money. That's a part of being an entrepreneur. You know what I mean? So it took me some time to digest that question, but then when I finally answered it, I was like, you know what? I'm not just a cameraman. You know, I am an entrepreneur. And now where I'm at now, Dan, is I finally learned that I am an experience. I'm not just a filmmaker. I'm not just a guy with a camera that just presses record. I am literally an experience. And that is what understanding that and being able to activate myself in that lane has helped me with so many different opportunities. Even if it hasn't anything to do with a camera. Yeah. Because I've learned how to make people come back to me to enjoy another experience. And experience again with me. You know what I mean? A camera can only do so much. Right. You know what I mean? Like if you just set it down, it's not gonna move. Right. You know what I mean? And it will record. Yeah, but it ain't gonna record itself. You gotta if it just sit there, it's not gonna do anything. But I can do something. I can create many different lanes to get you the experience. Hit them angles. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So thank you for that. I remember that conversation, and I'll give you a little bit more details into why I asked that. Is because I was trying to help you in the sense that, because I remember it was a time of, it was difficulty. And so I was just like, yo, if you make a choice, you could be a cameraman and make great money. But you just got to sell out to being a cameraman. You know what I'm saying? Because there's people that they contract with Discovery Channel, they contract with MTV, with ESPN. You could go and work for the NFL. You could be on one of those jibs doing. So you could be a cameraman, but are you an entrepreneur? Because if you're an entrepreneur, it's like, yo, you're not just a cameraman. You're actually running a business. You're building an experience. So having those lines and having that line defined in terms of who you are and having that identity, I was actually trying to help you to make things more clear for yourself. So that way, that clarity will say, okay, well, if I'm a cameraman, I can go be a cameraman and probably, make 120, 150 if I'm in the right situation. But it will help you to look for that if that's where you want to be. Or is it, do I want to be that entrepreneur? You know, am I looking for the benefits of entrepreneurship versus just being a cameraman? And so you found it. You figured it out. And that's why, because I'm like, there are so many people that think that they need to be an entrepreneur because of the certain field that they work in. It's like, nah, like you could be an employee, but the clarity is only going to help you in terms of, exactly what you're doing. You're not guessing today. It's like, all right, well, I just want to take pictures. I just want to, make videos. Okay, cool. In that case, you need to find out how you can be employed to do this. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're like, nah, like I want to, go out and get the business. I want to be able to grow. Like I don't want to be behind the camera forever. Like I want to have 5 cinematographers working for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm going in and getting the deals, and I'm kind of moving into more of the creative space. Yeah. And so I knew you was mad at me when I said that to you. Yeah. I ain't pushing. But I'm glad I was, because it sounds weird, but I'm glad I was, because I eventually learned on why I was in my feelings about it. And I had to be honest with myself. I said, Dan not the problem. Because if Dan was 30 other people and they all said the same thing, would you going to be mad at all 30 people? The common denominator is you. You're upset because you realize that you have not thought that far, and you thought you were good just being a cameraman, just a guy with a device. And that's it. You thought that was the end all be all, and it's not. There's so much more to it. That's just crumbs. You know what I mean? That's just the thing to do within the bigger realm of what you're supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? So, again, you taught me a lot just with that conversation. You know what I mean? I'm grateful for that.
Word. So today, Ask for Films. I mean, you've done like TV show pilots. You've done weddings, you've done corporate documentaries, you're in the podcasting space now. So tell me, what does Ashford Films look like today, right? And even like if you want to get into like your day to day, like what does it look like running Ashford Films?
Man, I don't know, Dan. Just the grind and trying to make sure all of these components of Ashford Films stay running smooth as possible. You know what I mean? I'm getting to a point where I finally let my ego go regarding trying to be a one-man band. Like, I thought that was the way to do it. I thought that capturing, if you're my client and you love my work, you love my filming, you love my editing, like, then I'm the guy you're always supposed to see. You know, you want Ashford Films, you want Kyron. You know what I mean? But if I'm going to just keep it just on me to do all the work, I might as well just name it, you know, Kyron Films. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Ashford Films is growing to be a full production company where I have multiple filmmakers and cinematographers, editors, from the gaffers to the audio engineers, you know, from the marketing team. You know, that's the direction that I am pushing it in. And I understand that you know, all that takes time. So on a day-to-day, I'm trying to find different ways to connect with other filmmakers and other people who are very skilled at what they do to maximize, you know, this brand. So that's been a mission.
I love that. Favorite project that you've worked on today?
Oh, don't do that. You can't.
Do you have a favorite?
Is way too many to pick from.
Well, let me ask you this. You don't have to say it. Let me ask. You don't have to say it.
Yeah.
But do you have a favorite?
Right now, yes.
Okay.
All right. So my favorite that I'm working on is the development of finally getting into short films and movies.
Okay.
Before the business, that has always been the goal.
Sure.
I've always enjoyed storytelling. I always enjoyed writing.
Because you were doing skits early. I remember you doing some skits and stuff.
Yep. Especially even with my kids. My very, very, very first video was with my daughter Aaliyah. She's 12 now, but she was 1, and I still got it on YouTube where I took her little stuffed monkey doll, and I act like they were having like a Dragon Ball Z fight. Like I had it teleporting doing all that, and she just being a baby, crawl around the bed, whatever. But I enjoy moments like that because I love the process of storytelling. You know what I mean? And so that is my favorite thing to do now. You know what I mean? Is getting into storytelling. The business thing is been cruising, and I'm trying to make sure I stay consistent with that. Yeah. But now I'm start from scratch with the storytelling because it's like, okay, this is what I want to get into. You know what I mean?
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. I don't know. I think that's a great place to kind of bring the episodes to the close. What you think?
Hey, man, listen. Shout out to Dan, Best Bet Show. And again, even with opportunities like this, you know, this is a part of an experience. This is a part of promotion. This is a part of, you know, adding to your repertoire of being an entrepreneur. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you provide me this platform.
Have you done a podcast yet? Like, have you been interviewed? Like, have you done other podcasts?
Oh yeah. Absolutely. All right. Absolutely.
Well, I'm glad to give you opportunity. And if you can, real quick, where can people find you? I tell them where to find you on all your social platforms, and go follow him. I'm not playing. For
Yeah, please do. Everything is Ashford Films. If you just go on to my website, ashfordfilms.com, I'll have all of my social media links on there. Instagram, Ashford_Films1, Facebook, Ashford Films, or my personal page, Kyron Ashford, Kyran, YouTube, Ashford Films, TikTok, Ashford Films, or you can email me for all serious inquiries, ashfordfilms@gmail.com.
That's what's up. And what you call it? I'm gonna give you a bone because I realize this episode is a lot of times of me kind of just like letting you have it or roasting you. Kyron did dunk on me one time.
Oh yeah,
you got me one time at MCC. You got me.
Yep.
You got me that MCC, one time at MCC. Yep. I think it was on the alley-oop.
This is how I know Steve is a great friend, because the way he was angry at me for dunking on you. And the way he tried to get his lick back for you.
Oh, I remember that.
And I was so glad he missed. I remember him jumping.
Yeah.
Now, normally, you'll jump and you're looking at the rim.
Yeah.
He's looking at me. He's like, you ever do that to my best friend again.
That joke was
I'm
crazy.
done with it. I'm like, but why are you looking at me like this?
Right.
Boom! It just popped out of the rim. I was like,
nah.
I don't know if we could be cool after this. The way, like, because that came from somewhere. Like that came from here.
He was on
we
some
joke about
Dragon
that
Ball
to this
Z.
day.
That was crazy.
He's like, hey
like,
man, he's like, that was my teammate. Yeah, he was happy. He
That
tried to
was
hit me with
crazy.
that Kamehameha. For
But
real.
you got me. You got me that one
Yeah.
time. I was you caught me slipping.
For real.
But did I get you? I think I got you. No, I got you on the alley. You got me on the one hand. Cause it was that day. Cause Steve shot me the alley and I came on with two like it went crazy.
Yeah.
It went crazy.
I was hurt.
But nah, either way, man, I appreciate you being
No
on
doubt,
the show.
man. Thank you.
Yo, make sure y'all follow and don't just follow him. I want you guys to engage with him. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you comment on his stuff, like his stuff. And if you know people that are looking for video work, definitely have them reach out. But thank you guys so much for tapping into the show. Share it with a friend. If you enjoyed the episode, share it with a friend. If you're on YouTube, make sure you leave a comment. Share what you like best about the episode. But until next time, this is Best Bet Dan. And we are always just helping young people and people in general to grow and develop the skills that they need to give themselves the best bet. Check out my website, bestbetlife.com. And we're out of here. Peace.